It's time for the Nebraska Football Coaches Show. Proudly brought to you by Channel. Channel Seedsman placed product to perform across Nebraska. Get expert advice that yields results at channel.com. Also brought to you by your Midwest Ford dealers.
At the 25, Mayava, shotgun set, King Miller. Single back right, one wide each way, two tight ends left side of the line. Chest high snap, zone read handoff. Miller ridden down for no gain. Williams-Winery coming from the left side of the defense. 2nd and 10. Two wide right. Tight end flexed off the line right. Mayava out of the gun. Jackson single back right. Lemon motions right to left. Mayava claps with a snap. Handoff Jackson over left guard. He's wrapped up. Wright's got him. He's short. Yard short. They come up big.
Now, here's your host, Kyle Crooks, on the Huskers Radio Network.
Out to UCLA, but week of practice as you guys turn the page from USC, which was, I think, and you could probably answer this better than I could, one of the better defensive performances that we've seen from the Huskers. Just what are your main takeaways from what your guys were able to do against a very good offense in the Trojans moving forward now to UCLA?
I think, just the talent is there. The guys, we have the ability, we got the confidence. Just at the end of the day, you go from the beginning of the season, we got a bunch of guys out there playing new roles, right? And, a couple guys coming in and being new to the program, and then some guys who was here but stepping in, playing bigger roles this year. So it was really just getting through the phase of just working together, gelling, confidence, and just kind of working through the process together. But, they played a good game last week defensively, flew around and kind of worked the edges a little bit, and you saw it kind of show up, and hopefully we just build some momentum from this and keep pushing.
Challenges of coaching a young team. I think that flies under the radar with what you guys have on this roster. It's built for the future, and you guys want to win now, but it's a very young group. What are the challenges of coaching a group that has so much more to learn?
Well, the thing about that is, it's one of those deals like once you get that first game under your belt, you're no more a young guy. That's it.
Yeah.
There's no excuses. Like, the fan base expect to win, the coaches expect to win, administrations expect to win, the standard is to win, right? And we're not winning because we're concerned about wins and losses. We're trying to win because our day-to-day process just kind of takes us down that road and down that path. So, it's good to have a bunch of, young guys and get some experience and looking really bright for the near future. But, there's no excuse. We got to win today.
And you always want to rally around guys. There's so many injuries that happen in a football season, but I know it's not necessarily your room, but when Dylan goes down, maybe your guys on the defensive side, how they rally around and still rally around somebody like Dylan who's around as a leader, and when you see one of your leaders go down, it can be tough.
Yeah, it's always tough, but, just the reality is you take those situations, they're great opportunities, right? Like, we love Dylan, and he's a great leader. He's a great competitor. And, he have a speedy recovery. But at the end of the day, you take these opportunities to really just challenge yourself and see where you at, right? We talk about Mudita and Ubuntu and things of that nature. We're talking about togetherness and working together and being the unity. So, these are opportunities that you say a lot of things out loud, but when it's time to put it into action, what does it really look like? Does it really show up? And I think this weekend is going to kind of display that and show that challenge that we're willing to rally together and play even tougher and play a little bit harder, because when you lose a guy like that, every side of the ball, every phase of the game has to kind of step up a little bit, and everybody got to do just a little bit more. So that's the challenge for the guys, for the coaches, for everyone in the building.
How would you evaluate the performance of your guys, the Jack guys on the edge in the game against USC when you watch the tape?
I thought they did pretty good. Obviously some corrections we had to fix and kind of work through, but we got guys playing through injuries, and getting to that back end of that season, we're kind of just grinding out a little bit. So I think overall we worked the edges. We took care of business in the sense of, alignment and assignment, but some areas to clean up. But, I mean, we played well. We kind of stepped to the challenge, and I thought we got after them pretty good. So,
in the end, it's all about wins. We know that, but being able to soak in that environment, and that can help you as a pass rush unit, right? Because you can really the clap cadence gets all out of whack for an opposing team. How much did that aid you guys when you look back at it?
I'll tell you what, that was a sight to see.
Amazing,
I've never seen nothing like that in my life. Last year I wasn't here. I was down in Tallahassee and just watching that game against Colorado, and I just remember saying that was pretty crazy. And just being here with, the blackout, how everybody embraced it. I mean, shoot, you saw them down in the USC offense. They, it was 4th and 2. They was going for it. I mean, that wasn't the fans made them jump off sides.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd made they go 4th and 7 and take the 3 instead of trying to go for 6. So, I mean, it was an amazing experience. I felt like my ear was popping. I took the headset off. I'm like, oh my goodness. So it was rocking. It was amazing. I mean, this place is phenomenal. Just, I mean, it's one of the things that you try to tell people you're going to road recruiting. You try to show people and show them videos, but it just, everyone walks out here with the same expression, same feeling, same thoughts. They're saying this is a crazy place and something you got to visit and see.
Now, you've been back for a while, but you spent a year at Florida State. You were here in Coach Rule's first year. What does it feel like to be back now?
Honestly, it's amazing. Like year one was my first year out of high school, where I was a father and coaching high school and working in the high school building on a much lighter schedule. So year one, I mean, I was ready to lose my mind. I was ready to run back to high school.
And that's building the foundation of the program.
Right. I mean,
so that's not just any year.
Yeah, no. That's just between coming in and just the foundation, the process, just trying to change the culture around here and with staff and players and just kind of the whole buy-in thing, just going through year one. I was here year one, left my boys back in Miami. So when you bring up year one, it give me chills. That's like, that was some tough times right there, man. That was tough. So now it's like, we year 3, people around the building, they get it. You're starting to see people working the right direction. The process is working, and guys starting to believe in and understand it. My boys moved up here. They live here. They go to Scott and Southwest and Adams Elementary. So it's like it's from 1 to year 3. It's been amazing in my personal life and in the coaching world as well.
How's the family settling in? Lincoln, it's a great place to live, and I'm coming from Florida as well, so it's very interesting to now live here, and it's very much a college town. They're all in on the Huskers. It's a little colder this time of year, but how's the family and everybody settling in?
I mean, honestly, like my middle son, Nico, who goes to Scott, born and raised in Miami, but he weirdly loved the cold weather. Like, I thought he was going to be the one. Like, he loved the cold weather. My oldest son plays at Southwest, and he's doing really well, and he loved it here. And just with everything that was going on the last couple of weeks, they was like, I hope we in Lincoln. And they just so happy to be here. And so the family's doing great. Wife settled in, and she's getting going with work and stuff. So everything's going good. Everything's going really good.
And you're an incredibly accomplished high school head coach, and that's an incredible area to recruit, the state of Florida. But taking that jump, what did you learn at the high school level, being a head coach, that maybe helps you now?
Relationships, the ability to communicate and connect. It's like football. People talk about the next level is transactional and this and that, and all that may be true, but there's still a strong element of relationships, right? Like you talk about guys coming from high school, going to college, and they talk about NIL. Well, that only become a real conversation if relationships are strong and they're right. It's like those kind of go hand in hand, and I still believe in the fact that we're in the business of serving people. That's who we are. We're servers. So from the high school rankings, if you come from an element where, you got to figure it out. You got to help get the kids to school. You got to help get the kids home from practice. You got families going through hard times. And I coached a tremendous amount of good players who are doing well on next level right now. And just being part of that and just understanding what that grind is like and knowing what kids go through and having the ability to go into homes a lot more than what a college coach could do right now, with all the rules and stuff. So I just bringing that element of just raw and realness and just truly understanding what's going on. So that's just bringing that element to this level, I think, is important.
Yeah, element of being able to coach guys and meet guys at a personal level, but also the tough love aspect of being a coach. It's a delicate balance, right? Because you want guys to be able to trust you, to go to you for things outside of football, I would presume, but also there's that tough love element. Is that a tough balance for you as a coach?
Yeah, it's always, it could be tough, but I truly believe in, the way you set the tone early and boundaries, right? Like a lot of the players, they call me Papa Simp. I get that a lot of some things like that. So it's like, I joke around with you. I'm probably one of the most playful guys in the room, but they know when I draw that line, it's about business, and I'm gonna give you constructive criticism. I'm gonna coach you up. I'm gonna guide you through, because what's the most important thing is that when your parents decide to let you come here, they expect to wake up every day, and it never works out that way. But they expect you to wake up every day and say, "Hey, Mom, hey, Dad, school went well, practice went well." They don't want to wake up and hear something bad happen, or I'm not playing, or I got hurt, or there's something on campus happen. Like, they don't wake up thinking of that. They wake up thinking of the best case scenario. And so the best I could do is communicate with the student athlete, communicate with the parents, stay engaged with the parents, keep them involved with what's going on, because that connection is everything. Because I'm here, I'm help parenting your child, right? That's our child together at this point. So we raising them together, and I call them for all the good stuff and all the bad stuff. My parents know I call them, and they, "What's going on, Coach?" And I tell them how great they're doing that day, right? And it's not going to be bad phone calls only. So I think, again, that I feel like that relationship and having that aspect comes from not only coaching high school, but my background, detention centers, juvenile programs. I'm a foster parent, like all those things, like just the nurturing aspect and understanding the type of people you're working with and what parents expect when their kid is out of state or out of town at a different school. You want to make sure you continue to provide the service.
Yeah, that's a really cool insight into what you do outside of just the coaching on the field. Fans as a farmer, challenges arise daily with the new enhanced Channel Seed brand. You can tackle them all. Rise to the challenge with Channel. Learn more at channel.com/rise. Also, get reliable propane fuel and lubricants from Central Valley Ag for home, farm, or business. We step aside on the Nebraska Football Show presented by Channel, joined by Phil Simpson. Javin Wright will join us for the final segment as well. Come on back right after this.
At Woodhouse, it's more than just buying a car. It's about the experience. Our team is dedicated to making every visit seamless, enjoyable, and personalized to your needs. Explore a wide selection of vehicles, from SUVs and sedans to trucks and luxury models, all backed by expert guidance and exceptional service. Whether it's your first car or your next upgrade, discover why generations of drivers trust Woodhouse for a truly memorable experience. Visit us at woodhouse.com today.
Call SOS, a trustworthy company since 1950. Their technicians don't earn commission. This equals fair treatment to their customers. SOS is a family-owned third-generation company, and now to celebrate the 75th year in business for a limited time, get a New York AC or furnace for $75 per month. Get you and your loved ones comfortable again with SOS.
SOS to the rescue. SOS. SOS.
Call 402-391-2336.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Returns on the farm are under pressure, with market challenges and environmental hurdles putting every seed to the test. But you have an ace in the hole, Streamline Ag. Designed for every phase of growth and development, Streamline Ag gives your seed what it needs to thrive, from enhanced stand establishment and early emergence to essential nutrition and stress management. Streamline Ag gives your seed the power to reach its full potential. Visit us at streamline-ag.com to learn more.
From the chant of Husker Power to Allo Fiber powering your home and Husker Nation, Allo is the teammate you can trust. Whether you're streaming at home with Allo Internet, watching on the go with DirecTV through Allo, or checking stats and scores on Allo Mobile, Allo keeps you in the game. With Allo plus DirecTV plus Allo Mobile, you get the ultimate teamwork. Internet you can count on, TV you can stream anytime, anywhere, and nationwide coverage you can depend on. Bench the other guys and team up with the official Internet, TV, and mobile partner of the Huskers.
Just like D1 athletes, farmers view each growing season as a new opportunity. Aurora Cooperative is committed to elevating the success of our members every season. Rooted in our core mission, we provide top-notch products, services, and expertise. Our strong work ethic mirrors that of the Huskers, driving success. Choose Aurora Cooperative, your partner in elevating agriculture. Go Big Red!
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
A little more slack. Plug it in.
Whoever said work smarter, not harder, didn't realize you could do both.
Get 0.9% plus $3,250 cash on F-150 or lease F-150 for $499 a month and 0 down.
As the world's largest family-owned and operated manufacturer of grain storage, drying, and handling equipment, Sukup Manufacturing Company has led the way in innovation, offering top-quality products that empower farmers to thrive. Get ready to tackle your agricultural challenges with Sukup, where innovation meets reliability. Visit sukup.com today to find a dealer near you.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your crawl space and damaging your home. Musty smells, sagging floors, mold are just a few signs your crawl space is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
You show up for every Husker game because it's about more than football. It's about celebrating that Nebraska grit that's in our DNA. That same drive pushes you to get stronger, move more, and take care of yourself. To show up for the people and moments that matter most. We believe you have what it takes. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska covers preventive care with every plan. And our digital tools help you stay on track every step of the way. Blue believes in what you're made of. And Blue believes in you.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Since 1975, Woodhouse has proudly served our customers and communities. From one dealership to over 21 dealerships across Nebraska and Iowa, our promise remains the same. A wide selection of vehicles, trusted service, and financing that fits your life. We believe in honest people, fair prices, and relationships built to last. Because it's not just about the road ahead, it's about traveling it together. Start your journey at woodhouse.com.
Welcome back into the Nebraska Football Show presented by Channel. Rolling along, Kyle Crooks joined by outside linebackers coach Phil Simpson, getting set for another week as the Huskers head out west to the Rose Bowl to take on UCLA. Interesting venue, Coach. I mean, you get to go to a lot of great places in the Big Ten, and you've been around. You're just in the ACC, so you've seen some pretty good venues with Florida State. But the Rose Bowl, that's a unique one for you. Excited about? I know you're all about the matchups and winning the game, but that's a pretty cool setting for a college football game.
Yeah, I think you probably spend the first couple of minutes riding in, try to see the stadium ride. Yeah, just, it's what it is, but as you get close to that time, you get so invested to the game, you invested to the moment, all the scenarios playing through your brain. So, but you do, it's important for everyone, just kind of like that mental health, right? You take a step back and you do got to see where you at, kind of be where your feet are, and then. And been a couple of good stadiums, some nice stadiums, some traditional places. And going into this one would be pretty nice too. Looking forward to getting out there and some little bit of warm weather and just kind of like seeing this nice sight. So
This UCLA team, it's interesting. They've almost played a tale of two different seasons, right? They start the season on a 4-game losing streak, but really it's those first 3 games that are a little sideways for them, and then their entire season turns around with the coaching change. And for you, when you look at them on tape, and I'm sure from a UCLA offensive perspective, quarterback that can run, he's their leading rusher. What are some of the challenges that arise here this weekend?
Well, I mean, he's a heck of a football player, right? I mean, he's mobile, but he has a very, very, very talented arm. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, in my opinion, in terms of his ability, his knack to make plays. You give him any windows, he'll take it, right? That's throwing there and running. He's a great talent, and it seems like he's doing a good job of rallying the offense. They're scoring. So, it's the tale of two tapes in terms of cutting it, when you cut it on. But even when at the beginning when it was 0-3, I mean, you saw explosive plays. You saw them make plays. You saw that guy run around and guys try to protect for him and receivers blocking downfield. So at the end of the day, they got it. They're a talented team, and they got it like a heck of a quarterback. So, we got a good challenge in front of us, and we're excited to get out there.
And they have, design runs, but some of those are scrambles too. From a pass rush standpoint, does that change? Do they have to be a little bit more measured or not be too aggressive to get upfield when it comes to having this specific matchup? Does anything change in what your guys do?
Yeah, just situationally, right? It's like you get out there and it's certain down the distance and certain tendencies you look at and say, hey, these are opportunities that we just go and we got support on the back end, and then there's opportunities you say, hey, we got to be a little smart and kind of just walk into the little, slower. So, yeah, I mean, he's mobile. I mean, you'll see him step up in the A gap, cut through the B gaps. You see him break out wide, left and right. He'll spin out there. So he don't have a real tell in terms of who he is. He's just an athlete that makes plays, a competitor. So, a guy like him, you just got to be a relentless guy in terms of rushing the quarterback. You got to just keep getting after him and there is no real indicators about what he likes to do in terms of where his escape pocket is. So we just got to be very disciplined and just make sure we approach this game and be as consistent as possible.
What have you liked about your guys this year? Of course, Deshaun and Dylan Rogers, Jordan Ochoa, Willis McGahee, all those guys that play that jack hybrid position. What have you seen improvement-wise from those guys?
I mean, it's exciting right now, right? Like, I mean, we saw last week Dylan Rogers get in the game and had some productive plays, minimum reps and a couple tackles with it, right? So taking advantage of his opportunities. Mudita is a word that we preach in that room very often. We talk about togetherness and just wholeheartedly supporting each other. And what does that mean in that room? And I make myself very vulnerable with those guys. I'm open about me and my personal life. I'm open, and they open with me, and we have great conversations. So when we get out there, you see them kind of like start, making progress and start making plays and having opportunities. I'm not surprised because they put in the bank every day. They work. They go through the process. They make good adjustments in the pass coverages and rushing the quarterback. So, I mean, we're doing a good job, and just got to keep going. Got to finish. We got to finish the right way. Got to finish November strong.
Chatting with Phil Simpson, Mudita, you've mentioned that word a couple times. I think I've seen that with certain teams as sort of a rallying cry. Can you take me to sort of the definition or the thought process behind that word and what that means to you guys?
I mean, for us, just as simply, I will support wholeheartedly, without any hesitation, my teammates, and even at my own fault, I will support you. Like at my own loss, I'll support you. So, and it has to be that way in a room like that. It's almost like a tight ends room on the defense side of the ball, right? It's limited roles on the field. So you're talking about a room that might have 5 guys, but there's only 1 guy in the field. So it can seem like a crowded room at the same time. So to be in that room, it has to be a unique room where you have to, like the quarterback position, right? That backup quarterback, he got the clipboard and he's going to be a positive guy the whole season until his number get called. So similar situation, you can't have guys in that room that's just, they can't be focused on themselves. They got to just be focused on the process and support each other and be happy for each other. And I feel like in our room, we've played throughout the season with like 4 different jacks on the field at some point. And a lot of that is because of our process and how we kind of see things and talk about Mudita and how we support each other. And it is, as you play the game right and you treat the game right, the football gods work in your favor eventually.
Deshaun, when you look at him, I mean, he's just a portrait of a big-time edge rusher, just the way that he looks in pads and the way he's grown. I mean, he had such a great start to his college career. He comes here to Nebraska. How has he grown as maybe a player and a person, things that people don't see Deshaun McCullough?
He's a great human. I mean, he's a coach's son, so he kind of come in, he understands the process, he understands work ethic, he understands study habits. But what's so great about him is that his ability to process the playbook and kind of just see it. He see the whole, being at Oklahoma, playing out the ball a lot. So when we talk about different coverage things and how we're going to rush the passer, he sees the whole picture. And so he has a good feel. He's an adult in the room. He's a grown man on the field. He's a grown man on the study field. And then, like, the way he fly around in the game is, like, you can see that in practice as well. You kind of can pick any practice. You're going to see the same type of energy, same type of motor. He flies around. He matured a lot at that position. From the spring to now, he's made a tremendous amount of progress, and he's grown a lot. And he'll continue to get better. And I always tell him, I am just a street light on this bridge, and I'm going to pass you to the next street light, because he's going to be a really good player a year or two from now. Mm-hmm. And I'm just doing my part to help him get to that next phase of life.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at some of the other guys in this room, and Willis McGahee's another one. Of course, the decision to redshirt him, and that's more of looking ahead and looking to his future and what he can be. And, you know, I was somebody, he's another one. You see him pads, and he looks like he's ready to go now. But when you see a guy like Willis McGahee, what's his future like in this program?
He's taking care of business. You know, he redshirting, just taking that time to really continue to work on himself and work on his independent skills and things of that nature, and he's doing a good job at it. He's still at practice every day with good energy. He's still taking care of study hall. He's still in class on time, still good grades. He's doing everything he has to do to prepare himself, because for him, you know, next season starts now. Like, you don't waste these reps. Next season starts now. And so we still talk about film. We still work with each other individually. He still comes sees me. So nothing's changed in that aspect. It's he's putting in the work. It's just his game is every Tuesday and Wednesday in practice, every Thursday in practice. That's his game, and he got to approach it that way. And he's been very strong-spirited. He's good in the room. He's still engaged, still asking questions about the game plan. He's taking the tests and the review sheets, and like if he's getting prepared for the game. So he's picking up good habits, and he's doing a really good job at preparing himself.
You see with a lot of young guys just the growth in maturity overall and their understanding of how much practice truly does matter, how much film sessions and the seriousness in which you take film sessions on Monday through Friday, and how much they truly matter. But the maturity of the athlete now when they come in to when they leave in this program, you feel like it's, you know, they take a big jump into whatever they do next because of the way you preach every single day aside from game day?
Yeah, I mean, just take it a step further. You talk about Coach Rule. Like, recruits come in this building, pretty building, right? One of the best in the country. One of the best fan bases, if not the best fan base in the country. Tons of resources. Everything you think of, this place got to offer. But I make it very clear to them, this place is hard. Mm-hmm. It is hard to play for Coach Rule. It's hard to work for Coach Rule. And the more you buy into the process, you buy into the standard, it will make you a better human. So it's not just about me in the Jack's room. It's this program. This program is built for hard. It's built for guys to be tough and be prepared for life as a father, as an employee, as a husband, and all those aspects of your life. So in the room, I say these things, but I'm just echoing what my head man tells us to do and what we believe in. You know, the instruction he gives and his vision. You know, so it's just I'm just the piece to the puzzle, and just kind of like spreading that love and just kind of like spreading all the things that supports his program and how he idolizes his program, how it should look moving forward. So, you know, that's, you know, guys maturing and going through the process. That if you're going to be here, it requires that.
Yeah, and there's an interesting thing you said in there about, you know, Coach Rule and your relationship with Coach Rule. We'll get to that coming up in the next and final segment here with Phil Simpson. As a farmer, challenges arise daily. With the new enhanced Channel Seed brand, you can tackle them all. Rise to the challenge with Channel. Learn more at channel.com/rise. Also, contact 811 2 days before you dig to protect your underground utilities and yourself. It's free, it's easy, it's the law. It's the Nebraska Football Show presented by Channel. We wrap it up. Final segment with Coach Simpson is next.
At CVA Grain, every load is more than a crop. It's your legacy. From high-speed unloading to premium grain markets and fast ACH settlements, smart contracts, risk management options, and local expertise help producers market smarter. With CVA Connect, you can sign contracts, check tickets, and monitor market prices all from your device. Learn more at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
Returns on the farm are under pressure, with market challenges and environmental hurdles putting every seed to the test. But you have an ace in the hole, Streamline Ag. Designed for every phase of growth and development, Streamline Ag gives your seed what it needs to thrive, from enhanced stand establishment and early emergence to essential nutrition and stress management. Streamline Ag gives your seed the power to reach its full potential. Visit us at streamline-ag.com to learn more.
Just like D1 athletes, farmers view each growing season as a new opportunity. Aurora Cooperative is committed to elevating the success of our members every season. Rooted in our core mission, we provide top-notch products, services, and expertise. Our strong work ethic mirrors that of the Huskers, driving success. Choose Aurora Cooperative, your partner in elevating agriculture. Go Big Red!
A little more slack. Plug it in.
Whoever said work smarter, not harder, didn't realize you could do both.
Get 0.9% plus $3,250 cash on F-150 or lease F-150 for $499 a month and $0 down.
This is a commercial for Pioneer Seed Corn.
In 1926, Pioneer revolutionized farming with the first commercial production of hybrid corn, and we've been innovating ever since.
The one that started it all, the #1 seed to beat, the one for you.
In 2026, we celebrate a century of innovation. Plant the 100th season. Plant Pioneer. Visit pioneer.com/100.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Noddle Companies proudly supports the Huskers Radio Network. As a full-service leader in commercial real estate, we create thriving communities. Discover what's new in the Builders District in North Downtown, Noddle Hospitality's latest venture in Aksarben Village, and the contemporary living of row house townhomes on Leavenworth. We're welcoming world-class concepts from men's fashion and great eats to gorgeous homes and green spaces, all professionally managed by Noddle Services. These are the Noddle Companies, building a better Nebraska. For more information, check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
Dear weekend, Toyota trucks are raring to go. Gearing up for fall, Tundra is all in for hauling. Campers, ATVs, you know Tundra's got the muscle to move it. Going off the beaten path? Tacoma says, let's do this. With handling that tackles tough trails and the backbone to take you where the pavement can't. Both trucks pack sweet tech, posh cabins, and Toyota's legendary reliability. So whether it's a fishing trip at dawn, tailgate at noon, or a remote sunset at, well, sunset, these trucks are built to make every weekend epic. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
See your Omaha Metro and Lincoln Toyota dealers, Baxter Toyota of La Vista, Baxter Toyota of Lincoln, Corwin Toyota of Bellevue, or Village Point Toyota of Omaha.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
At CVA Grain, every load is more than a crop. It's your legacy. From high-speed unloading to premium grain markets and fast ACH settlements, smart contracts, risk management options, and local expertise help producers market smarter. With CVA Connect, you can sign contracts, check tickets, and monitor market prices all from your device. Learn more at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
For almost 50 years, Sid Dillon Buick GMC Cadillac in Fremont has been more than just a dealership. We're a family dedicated to serving yours. Shop Nebraska's #1 volume Buick GMC dealer for the new car, truck, or SUV to fit your needs. We're also your GMC Business Elite dealer for commercial vehicles. Visit us at SidDillonBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade.
You are what drives us, Sid Dillon.
Welcome back in. Third segment of the Nebraska Football Show presented by Channel. Kyle Crooks joined by outside linebackers coach Phil Simpson. Javin Wright will join us in the final segment. All right, Coach, and obviously a big game coming up here against UCLA at the Rose Bowl, but we've talked a lot about your relationships with players and getting them ready for whatever's next, whether that's being a husband or a father or a professional football player. And that brings us to our Alumni Hall Spotlight, somebody who was able to succeed at the next level. And let's take a listen to this highlight, and we'll chat after that.
Play action fake, Kaya back, avoiding the rush, gets thrown down, Randy Gregory, first sack of the year, back at the 16-yard line. There's number 4. Welcome to the game, Randy.
All-American, all-conference player Randy Gregory. That was the Alumni Hall Spotlight. Alumni Hall is your ultimate Husker shopping experience with the largest and best selection of apparel, vault gear, and tailgate accessories. Shop their 2 Lincoln locations or alumnihall.com. Alumni Hall, where Huskers shop. You look at a Randy Gregory who came here to Nebraska, coach, and 10.5 sacks, sophomore, 7 as a junior, and went on to have had a really good NFL career. What's the success, maybe secret sauce, of getting these guys to understand what it takes to be a professional and play at that next level?
Well, first and foremost, just shout out to Randy.
Pretty good, right?
Florida guy, Jacksonville, so
yeah.
he's part of that Florida process.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, so big time on his behalf for that one. But yeah, no, I mean, again, it just kind of ties back into the Coach Rule deal, right? It's like the program is built on tough, it's hard, and the day-to-day expectations, right? A lot of guys come in here from other programs, and they might struggle early just because there's no knock to the previous program, but it's a tight ship around here. So I think those things kind of help lead you to that next step in terms of when you get to that next level. You talk to the Ty Robinson, and he'll tell you how just day-to-day, the way he's in the building, the way he approaches it, the way he's walking around, and like some of the other rookies in the building versus him is not even comparable because of he was able to stick around and go through the process. So I mean, it's just the guys approaching the game the right way and just learning how to really survive in the NFL and just understand what it takes day to day, the expectations, playing through injuries, being consistent, and being reliable, being accountable. So.
How about your relationship with Coach Rule? And he was a coach at Temple when you were playing there at Temple. What's he like then, and what's he like now?
Well, I'll tell you what. I got stories, but I'm keeping them to myself.
Things that are good for the radio. We don't want to get you in trouble.
Nah. Coach Rule was, he was my position coach at that time, right? This was before he was a head coach, so he was my position coach, and he was I tell you what, like it's so many times that I think back to like my style of coaching when I was a high school coach and how much he impacted me, and I didn't know it, right? Like I think about when I was a player and I had issues and the way he approached me, the way he handled me. And I go down and coach high school ball for 10, 12 years. And then I come up here to Nebraska and I go home and I'm calling my wife, I'm calling the family. I'm just like, it's so weird watching and seeing how he go through everything because it's very similar to how I was when I was the head coach. And so I picked up a lot of habits from him and a lot of good ones. And, he's just known him for so long. He's been so consistent. He hasn't changed. He's the same human. He just grew some gray hair. He looked a little different, you know what I mean? So, but other than that, he's the same person. He was always a people's person. He was always down to earth. He will always, try to do the best he can to have your best interest. And whatever he tell you, he does not forget. He has a great memory. He's very connected with the people he's in good relationship with. And he always tells us, it's not who you know, but who knows you. And he always talk about his relationship he has with you as much as you have with him. And that two-way street. And so just being here with him has been great. But like I said, just known him for a long time. It's just sometimes I kind of laugh at myself just thinking about him back in Temple and things like that. So.
Yeah, I'm sure you just get moments where you're both on the sideline and you're still next to each other doing your thing. But do you have other coaching mentors? I mean, there's some really good coaches on the staff, and I look at a Coach Snow who has so much experience who comes in here and sort of helps the whole operation, I assume. But do you have other guys that have been in your life and your career that have helped you along that stand out?
Yeah, I mean, Snow is funny. So Snow just kind of have like the same tie, same background, but I never really ran across Snow, right? And so we get here and it just kind of like start spending a lot of time talking. And I tell him I don't say much to him. I just sit up on him because he's such a smart man. You see guys talk for 10 minutes and he'll just say something and it just kind of like shut everybody up because what he said in 2 seconds just kind of summed up the 10-minute conversation. So very wise guy, super, super smart, very poised in conversations, right? And a lot of times that's really the biggest thing. And when you're talking football or you're talking about whatever it is you're talking about, he just could come in and just simplify conversations and just make it, just real easy. But other than that, I mean, honestly, like I grew up watching my dad. My dad was a coach Little League football. My dad was he was a pastor. We grew up very honest. He was a pastor, had a little truck, and we used to have 20, 25 guys on the back of that truck. He picking up and dropping off every day, and he was a commissioner on the park and watching his connection with the kids every day. And man, we used to go home at night sometimes not even knowing what's for dinner a lot of times. But he was so consistent at how he handled people. And so, he was my first teacher. He was my first teacher in life. And just watching how he handled people, even on his bad days, even on his worst, when I know we struggle at night, our lights get cut off, our water get cut off. I gotta go to the neighbor's house at nighttime with big tubs just to get some water from their water hose without them knowing, just going through a lot of hard times. But my dad was so consistent with how he handled people, how he coached the kids and things of that nature. So between my dad and then then my high school coach, Stu Rogers, who passed away, I actually had to move in with him my senior year of high school because I had some home issues, and he was phenomenal. So, and then getting with Coach Rule was great. So, those are the three guys I could say that kind of like stand at my plateau in terms of men I look up to and will always respect.
Yeah, the foundation of a life of service, I guess that starts very young for you then. A lot of what you do now has a lot to do with what your dad represented and who he was, right? I mean, that's pretty special. That makes this even more special.
That's right. I mean, it's 100%. Like, he was 9 kids. Parents had 9 kids, and my older sister had a child at a young age. So we 10 kids live in the house, and dad working by himself, and just kind of like you see us muscling through it. Holidays was tough, and went through Hurricane Andrew, and life was tough then. So we had a rough, but he was the most consistent man I've ever been around in my life. So. He had all the opportunities in the world to have excuses, but he did, and he grinded through it. So he taught me. He taught me a lot in that aspect.
Does it give you a lot of gratitude for what you have now? Is that a word that's in your life a lot because of what your upbringing was like?
It's a word in my life because of him. Coach Rule talks about gratitude all the time.
Sure.
So it's just he's that street light on my bridge right now. So he talks about gratitude, and my father always talked about gratitude. My father always talked about the power of the tongue to speak death upon your life. Be careful what you say, and all these things, and just so hearing all these positive quotes and all these positive reinforcements, and despite what you're going through that day, just kind of like help lift me through, and then just seeing Coach Rule be consistent, right? I mean, you go out there and lose a tough football game. It's hard to wake up Sunday morning and address the guys. And he got to do it, right? Not only the players, you got coaches, you got a lot of guys who looking for you for guidance, for answers, for support, some moral support to kind of pick us up and get us going. And he does such a good job at that. It reminds me of my father a lot in terms of we are on our backs, but we're going to find a way to get up. Like just kind of experiencing that with that. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great subject that we went into, and I'm glad we did. Coach, thank you so much for joining us and being open and talking about what's ahead for this Husker team. We appreciate you being here, and welcome back. I know you've been back in Lincoln for a while now, but welcome back to Lincoln with the whole family. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's Phil Simpson. Appreciate him joining us on the Nebraska Football Show. The Husker Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Akrs, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Akrs solutions for every field. Big thanks to Coach Simpson. We'll wrap up the program with Javin Wright. That's next.
The work is dirty and sometimes dangerous. It's the kind that can break your body, and if you let it, your spirit. But while there may be better ways to make a living, you won't convince me there's a better way to live. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
As the world's largest family-owned and operated manufacturer of grain storage, drying, and handling equipment, Sukup Manufacturing Company has led the way in innovation, offering top-quality products that empower farmers to thrive. Get ready to tackle your agricultural challenges with Sukup, where innovation meets reliability. Visit sukup.com today to find a dealer near you.
Just like D1 athletes, farmers view each growing season as a new opportunity. Aurora Cooperative is committed to elevating the success of our members every season. Rooted in our core mission, we provide top-notch products, services, and expertise. Our strong work ethic mirrors that of the Huskers, driving success. Choose Aurora Cooperative, your partner in elevating agriculture. Go Big Red!
At CVA Grain, every load is more than a crop. It's your legacy. From high-speed unloading to premium grain markets and fast ACH settlements, smart contracts, risk management options, and local expertise help producers market smarter. With CVA Connect, you can sign contracts, check tickets, and monitor market prices all from your device. Learn more at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your foundation and damaging your home. Cracks in walls and uneven floors are just a few signs your foundation is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns: a free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
At Woodhouse, it's more than just buying a car. It's about the experience. Our team is dedicated to making every visit seamless, enjoyable, and personalized to your needs. Explore a wide selection of vehicles, from SUVs and sedans to trucks and luxury models, all backed by expert guidance and exceptional service. Whether it's your first car or your next upgrade, discover why generations of drivers trust Woodhouse for a truly memorable experience. Visit us at woodhouse.com today.
Appreciate Coach Simpson for joining us here on the Nebraska Football Show, presented by Channel. Kyle Crooks back with you. Our final segment of the show tonight, we're going to get a chance to talk to an inspirational story and a story of perseverance. That's Javin Wright in his 7th year of college football, and he's had his best year in his college football career. He's been outstanding, had a great night here inside Memorial Stadium against USC. And originally he was thinking about going to UCLA, but in the end he came here to the Huskers. So this is a special matchup for him as he goes out to the Rose Bowl. So we had a chance to chat with Javin Wright, and here's that conversation. All right, Javin, good to see you. New week of the season, heading out west to UCLA. How have you liked the week of practice, preparation as you turn the page, getting later in the year now and taking on a good Bruin team?
Yeah, November is always the best time to win a game. It's where games matter, actually. It's where teams come to life. So we take it day by day, just figuring out what to do, what we need to improve on. So we pride ourselves with the standard, and we just keep going day by day.
Coming off a game where you guys probably played one of your best games, and especially for you, you've continued to improve, but overall as a defense, how much pride do you take in the performance that you had? I know in the end you look at the scoreboard and that's what you're looking to achieve is wins, but as a defense, how have you taken the next step, you think?
Yeah, I think we're improving every year. Every game we improve into a little something. Maybe people don't see it, but we see it in the film room and the way we do things. So every day of practice we go out there and we're trying to make things better, you know what I'm saying?
The environment the other night, incredible. Yeah. When you think about being in that, and this is what you come to Nebraska for, the blackout was just so perfectly executed. What was it like to play in it?
It was amazing. It's been a long time since I wore black jerseys, and especially with the fans coming out with the black, everything black. It was my first time seeing that. I've been here for a long time, so it was a special moment, something I will never forget.
When you think about your journey through injuries and medical issues and getting to this point, playing some of your best football, do you take time to reminisce or think about how far you've come?
Yeah, here and there I sit down and think about all the stuff that I've been through, but most of the time that's always pushing forward because I got things to do and we got games to win.
The support that you've had from your teammates throughout all of it, training staff, Coach Rule, what has that meant to you as you're still here, again, playing your best football, but the support structure around you, what has that meant?
It's meant everything to me. I'm extremely grateful. They show me so much support, so much words of encouragement. I can't thank them enough.
new game, new test, running quarterback. It's an interesting offense and a team that's playing much better than they were at the start of the year. What do you see from UCLA when you watch them?
It's a great team. They're all competitors. They know how to win now because, I mean, all they had was themselves, and so they just believe in themselves to the utmost, and you see it in the film and you see it on the field.
You have some California guys on this team, some on the defense. Have they talked about getting a chance to go back home-ish? And TJ, who's making his first career start, heading back to California. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it is pretty cool. We have a bunch of Cali kids. I mean, I'm from Arizona, so I'm not far. So we have a bunch of family members coming, a bunch of other people coming, friends and family. It's cool for them to go back and see people that are far away that usually don't get to the game.
Do you know the aura of the Rose Bowl, just the game in general, but playing on that field, is that pretty cool to you? Does that mean something to you?
It's actually my second time seeing it because I was going to go to UCLA before Nebraska, so I took a trip down there, and it's such a beautiful stadium. It's such a monumental stadium and a place to be. It's beautiful to play, and I'm excited to play there.
Chatting with Javin Wright. So the whole connection of you possibly going to UCLA and now playing UCLA, is that a little weird to you at all? Or, I mean, it's been a while. You've been a Husker for a long time, but do you think about that at all going in?
Yeah, it's kind of like a full circle moment because that was my second official visit my senior year and my last one. And so going back on my last year, one of my last games it's pretty cool to talk about. A pretty cool story.
Final few, but playing for John Butler, he seems like an energetic guy, and this defense is playing at a high level. What's it like to play for him? It's just sort of his energy and all those position coaches on the defense.
Yeah, he's a very energetic coach. The intensity is always high. The intensity is always there. Just being knowledgeable of the game, what's going on, situational football. That's probably the key to the game. That's probably the key to being successful in this defense.
You and the other linebackers, V9, Marquess Watson-Trent, just all of them. How have you helped guide them along here?
Yeah, they all have their talents. They all have their specific skills that they have. I just try to course through whatever they're good at and give them some tips on what they need to do better and give them tips on how well they're doing.
Well, Javin, appreciate the time. And for those that don't know, this was an interview in a pinch, so you just sort of came over and helped me out. So I appreciate you chatting with us, and best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
Great conversation with Javin Wright. Certainly he's been through a lot, but he is a leader and an anchor of the Black Shirts this year. Fans, Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse, the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. Also, as a farmer, challenges arise daily with the new enhanced Channel Seed brand. You can tackle them all. Rise to the challenge with Channel. Learn more at channel.com/rise. Huge thanks to Javin Wright. Huge thanks to Phil Simpson for joining us on the show here tonight. Our coverage on Saturday, it's going to be a late night with the Huskers. It will be a 4 p.m. Central start for Husker game day, and then we'll be on the air with kickoff starting at 8 p.m. Central. The Huskers heading out to the Rose Bowl to take on UCLA. We are not done here tonight. We still have 1 hour of Sports Nightly. Jessica Coody will hop in studio and join me for another hour as we talk about the world of Husker athletics. Appreciate Coach Simpson, Javin Wright, Josh for producing. And I'm Kyle Crooks. We say so long for now. Sports Nightly next on the Nebraska Football Show presented by Channel.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Returns on the farm are under pressure, with market challenges and environmental hurdles putting every seed to the test. But you have an ace in the hole, Streamline Ag. Designed for every phase of growth and development, Streamline Ag gives your seed what it needs to thrive, from enhanced stand establishment and early emergence to essential nutrition and stress management. Streamline Ag gives your seed the power to reach its full potential. Visit us at streamline-ag.com to learn more.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
As the world's largest family-owned and operated manufacturer of grain storage, drying, and handling equipment, Sukup Manufacturing Company has led the way in innovation, offering top-quality products that empower farmers to thrive. Get ready to tackle your agricultural challenges with Sukup, where innovation meets reliability. Visit sukup.com today to find a dealer near you.
A little more slack. Plug it in.
Whoever said work smarter, not harder, didn't realize you could do both.
Get 0.9% plus $32.50 cash on F-150 or lease F-150 for $499 a month and 0 down.
Good evening, I'm Duke Root, and our sports ticker is brought to you by the experienced advisors at Stonebridge Wealth Systems. Nebraska track and field's Michaelin Moore was announced as the recipient of the prestigious NCAA Impact Award on Wednesday. This award recognizes one exceptional male and female student athlete from each NCAA division. It honors seniors who have achieved a high level of athletic excellence, academic success, and service to their communities. Arizona Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray will go on injured reserve as he continues to rehabilitate a foot injury he suffered in Week 5. With Murray out for at least the next 4 weeks, Jacoby Brissett will continue to be the Cardinals starter. Utah Jazz star starting center Walker Kessler will undergo season-ending surgery to repair a torn labrum in his left shoulder. Kessler had gotten off to a strong start to the season, averaging 14.4 points, 10.8 rebounds in 5 games before suffering the injury. Our sports ticker is brought to you by Stonebridge Wealth Systems, navigating you to and through retirement of your dreams. Local advisors, the disciplined process, the retirement compass. Visit stonebridgeiwm.com. Coming up next is Hour 2 of Sports Nightly right here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
Under center, Iola, deep back Johnson. Barney in motion left to right. Snap, spin, handoff Johnson up the middle. Spears forward, 5 into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskers! Nebraska finishes the drive with a touchdown, 13-6. 97 seconds to go before half.
Here comes the serve by T. Sigler. Pass made over, that shot back. Kaboom! Rebecca Alec, emphatic finish. 25-12. Huskers sweep number 13 in a row. The lone unbeaten remains so. 22-0, and they love it in Lincoln.
Blueless with the ball between the circles, right hash mark, long 3 on the way. It is short, no good by Smith. Rebound Nebraska. Jacobson down the floor to Lawrence. Lawrence the lob, and the left-handed dunk. That's a highlight play right there. Wow, delivered perfectly by Lawrence, and with the left hand high above the rim, the dunk by Frager.
And here's a deflection by Logan Nisley, knocked it away from Calderon. Up the floor, Claire Johnson makes a fake, puts it up, and it counts. And a foul. That's the fake of the year so far. 6.5 minutes into it.
Now, here are your hosts, Jessica Coody and Kyle Crooks, on the Huskers Radio Network.
Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. Welcome back, Hour 2 of Sports Nightly. Kyle Crooks, I'm Jessica Coody. This has been a little bit of a weird week with all the different competitions going on our last hour of the week, because Camden going to be helping us out on Friday as we travel to LA and only had really an hour last night. So
no show tomorrow, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
You going to again do your solo
I'm going to do my solo show. I'm going to do it from the plane this week. I think I might have me and Damon do a little show for ourselves.
Yeah. Tell bro to help you out.
Let's not get into that. There's a backstory to that.
Well, great stuff with Coach Simpson. He's awesome.
Yeah.
He's so great.
He was so it was interesting. You talked about the impact of his father. So he's the son of a pastor, just like Coach Rule is. And some of his biggest mentors in football and coaching, his dad, who was like the Pop Warner coach, he ran a lot of things growing up. Like I said, he was a pastor. He was just involved in the community. So his life of service and leadership comes from his father, his high school coach, was a big mentor of his. And then Coach Rule was his position coach when he was defensive lineman at Temple, before Coach Rule was ever a head coach. And he said that when he was a high school head coach, because he was a head coach at Florida before, like the high school area of Florida, not like the Gators, but he was coaching high school in Florida. A lot of what he did as a high school coach, he just sort of learned from Coach Rule when he was a position coach at Temple. So, and now it's come full circle for him. His entire family's here in Lincoln, and he's really excited to be here, and he's got a good group.
Listen, he's a big reason why that pipeline to Florida and Miami has been opened up, and they've been able to get some of the talent from that area here. And even though he's a defensive coach, I've seen him on the sideline when some of those Miami kids do something good on offense, Corey or Cortez, and he gets pretty excited about it. He develops those relationships and those bonds, and then that's a big reason when we talk about why players want to play for certain programs. A lot of it are those relationships that they've established and the trust and the bonds that they form, and Coach Simpson was a big part of getting a few of those guys here. Yeah,
he's huge when it comes to the recruiting aspect of what Nebraska is going to be. And you think of some of the big states when it comes to high school recruiting. It's Florida, it's Texas, it's where the Huskers are heading now in California. I think that's why it's such a big deal that the Huskers get an opportunity last year to play at USC, this year to play at UCLA, just to have that opportunity to play in that state. I think that means something, and there's going to be a lot of Husker fans out there. But Coach Simpson is so big. That was one of the first things we talked about on the show is relationships are so key with him, not just for those that are on the roster currently, but he likes to think of himself, once the parents hand off the kids to the coaches, you're sort of a parent or a guardian in a sense. And I think he takes that specific role very, very seriously, and they call him, I think he said Papa Simpson. So he takes that role seriously.
Well, we're going to talk some more football here coming up in just a few minutes. We're going to hear from, this week, the starting quarterback, the new starting quarterback for Nebraska, TJ Lateef, as we've been talking about all week. So he's going to make his first start back home in California. You talk about going back home, TJ Lateef. So he told me that there's about in the 30s amount of family and friends that are going to be there for him, and but we're going to hear from him here coming up in just a few minutes. And I feel like, again, I told you this last night, we talked about it, just to see how devastated he was, that he wanted so badly to help this team win that game, and he put a lot on himself. And you could tell the kind of confidence that has been instilled in him throughout this week by, the messaging that we heard from Coach Rule. But you could tell that these guys want to rally behind him and put him in the best position to be able to be successful on Saturday. Yeah,
I think there's going to be a great support structure with his teammates around him. Look, if the defense can do a lot of what they did against USC, I think they'll be in good shape. I think if the offensive line blocks for Emmett the way that we saw against USC, I think they'll be in good shape. If Emmett continues to run out of his mind, they'll be in good shape. And less of the conversation will be trying to put stress on TJ and more of, okay, can he just keep us on time and in rhythm as an offense, which he's very capable of doing. He's a high-level recruit. We saw, I know in those couple games, Akron and Houston Christian, you want to talk about the opponent, but you also see the upside and what he can be, and you saw it in the USC game. I think he had a couple of really good deep throws that just didn't connect, and then he has that ability to stretch a defense and add an extra component in the run offense. So I think this team, especially the offensive line, will rally around him. I think Emmett will rally around him. I think Dylan, while he can't travel, will rally around him and be a strong voice for him. And I think having his family around helps too. I don't think that can necessarily hurt.
And we'll hear from TJ Lateef coming up here in just a few minutes. The Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center is sponsored by Akrs, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Akrs, solutions for every field. Again, just because of the way that the schedule has shaped up this week, we haven't had a lot of time to chat here on the show. We had the volleyball hour yesterday, but you and I didn't even get to talk about that dominant performance by Husker volleyball up in Madison. And, going into it, we thought maybe it would be the biggest test for the Huskers. But again, yet another sweep for Danny Busboom-Kelly and Nebraska volleyball. And it's funny, every day this week I've talked to somebody in the training table about how impressive the volleyball team is. Yesterday or Monday, I guess it was Rhonda Revelle, and today it was Ed Foley. We had a long conversation about it, and boy, they've got everybody talking, and it's hard, very, very hard not to just be completely blown away by what Husker volleyball is doing this season.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine that you could be this dominant at this level, and that's what they've done. They've done it at an ultra consistent level. I mean, they have not had a scare. You could remind me, Jess, maybe if I'm wrong. But Well, I mean, I was going to say in Big Ten.
No,
I was going to say in Big
swept
Ten, they've swept everything. And I was going to say the last match I can think of where they even sweat was Kentucky, and that was in August.
Creighton was the last set they lost.
That was okay, and so it's pretty amazing. I mean, the Big Ten's a good league when it comes to volleyball, and Harper Murray. There's a lot of pressure on her, much like there is Dylan Raiola, right? In terms of her name, her brand, and now you have to perform to that, and she certainly has. And Rebecca Alec and Andy Jackson and Bergen Riley, I mean, they're having just all-world years, all of them. And when you have great players all at once that are playing at the height of their careers, it's a scary, scary proposition. It really is.
I chatted with Kelly Natter on the dig this weekend, her Bergen's former position coach and a former setter. So always love to get her perspective. I was talking with our boss, Jason Rathie, today about just, I love chatting with all the assistant coaches, but Kelly's a lot like talking to a quarterback and the way she can see and break things down, and of course played the position, and so she really dove into what's been so impressive about Bergen this year. And we just heard Kelly Sheffield in his press conference after the Badgers lost to the Huskers about she's the best player in the conference, and Kelly was talking about how of course she's going to be good. She has so many different players to set it to, and so sometimes maybe people don't give her enough credit, but she absolutely, it's a lot harder than it looks to be able to spread the ball around and set so many different people up for success. I mean, I'm glad that she's starting to get a lot more respect and notoriety. Not that she's a 2-time Big Ten setter of the year since she's been here, but I think she, in the beginning of the season, certainly was getting a little bit overlooked. And so I think because of they're on track to break so many team records and do so many things that and I just don't think it's easy we can think about, just set somebody different every time. It's not that simple. There's a lot that goes into it, and for her to be able to spread it around, and for so many different players to be hitting at such a high percentage, to have the kind of seasons that they're having, a lot of that is credit to Bergen Riley, and I'm glad that people are starting to see that. Yeah,
and if you're DBK, you just sort of sit back and watch it all. I know today I think I saw a picture, she was at the state playoffs for Nebraska over at PBA, so always recruiting and always trying to improve. But this is the standard bearer. I mean, what a great place to be as a coach. And you almost forget that this is the first year that she's stepping in for a legend, right? Because a lot of that conversation changes, because now it shifts towards the expectations to now, okay, we know what the expectations are. This is very much a championship team. So a lot of that conversation that we had in August and September is completely transferred to this is one of the best teams that we've ever seen. Yeah, I've been asked so much about them, and you and I had this conversation, what about 3-4 weeks ago, that I was sitting there, we were sitting there at lunch, and I was trying to go through all the different teams that I've covered, even going back to my time at Oklahoma, and there's not many more dominant, more talented teams in any sport, I think, that I've covered, been around than this Husker volleyball team. And it's not just the first group. You can call on so many different players on that bench. And the fact that you probably have 2 top 10 teams, you could assemble 2 top 10 teams just with this roster alone. I think we're just watching something really special. And actually do want to credit Ed Foley for this. He brought this up today. He said it reminds me a lot of UConn women's basketball back when they were just dominating everybody, winning national championships by 20 points, when Diana Taurasi and that crew, when UConn went on that run where they won, 90-something straight. Yeah. He said it reminds me a lot of that group, and that's a pretty spot-on comparison. Yeah, I think it fits. I think if you want to put UConn or Tennessee in the heyday with Pat Summitt, that's where this team fits into this category. Again, they have not lost a Big Ten match, and some of the big matches they've had, whether it's been Wisconsin or Purdue or Penn State, they have not been relatively close at all. And you mentioned the last scare they had, that was that Creighton match, who's a top 20 team, and that was on the road in front of a sellout. And since that point, they have not lost a single set. I mean, that's over a month time. So that Creighton match was, September 16th? They have not lost a single set since September 16th. It's unbelievable.
Sports Nightly is brought to you by Choices Treatment Center. If you or someone you know is struggling with problem gambling, free treatment is available in Nebraska. Call Choices 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300 for more information. Offices in Lincoln and Columbus. Hey, speaking of Choices Treatment and our picks, again, because we'll have volleyball on the air coming up on Thursday night, tomorrow night, we will not be on the air, so we will move our picks segment to Friday night. And Josh is running away with this thing.
I don't like it, but I like it because I like Josh. But
you'd rather Josh win than Searles.
Yes, than Searles. That's very true. I realize I'm like a 7-4 merchant. I've gone 7-4 the last 4 or 5 weeks, but that's not the 10 and whatever that Josh has been going. Crazy.
Yeah, he's been on a heater, that's for sure. So again, coming up on the other side of this, we're going to hear from the quarterback, TJ Lateef. Had a chance to chat with him after practice today. Also going to hear a portion of the conversation I was able to have with Heinrich Harberg. That's coming up later on in the hour as part of our Cornhusker conversation last week. So going to play you a little bit of that. But on the other side of this, we'll hear from the starting quarterback going into this week against UCLA, TJ Lateef. On the other side of this, keep it here on Sports Nightly.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles. Or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
Since 1975, Woodhouse has proudly served our customers and communities. From one dealership to over 21 dealerships across Nebraska and Iowa, our promise remains the same. A wide selection of vehicles, trusted service, and financing that fits your life. We believe in honest people, fair prices, and relationships built to last. Because it's not just about the road ahead, it's about traveling it together. Start your journey at woodhouse.com.
When it comes to irrigation, only the best will do. That's why growers trust Valley Genuine Parts. Gearboxes, center drives, sprinklers, tech, and more. The parts you rely on most for any pivot, any brand, all from Valley. And now save $50 on your next purchase of Valley Genuine Parts or service. Claim online at valleyirrigation.com/parts. Your Valley dealer has the inventory you need, plus expert inspections and fast, reliable service. Claim your $50 savings today at valleyirrigation.com/parts.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss. How do you stay humble when you're America's #1 wiper blade? That's what we're currently dealing with at Rain-X. Is it even possible to humble brag when you bully Mother Nature like we do? Do we sound too conceited if we keep repeating how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America? No, we'll take a lesson from our wipers and just keep doing our job with humility. As America's #1 wiper blade. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
A little more slack. Plug it in.
Whoever said work smarter, not harder, didn't realize you could do both.
Get 0.9% plus $32.50 cash on F-150 or lease F-150 for $499 a month and $0 down.
As As the world's largest family-owned and operated manufacturer of grain storage, drying, and handling equipment, Sukup Manufacturing Company has led the way in innovation, offering top-quality products that empower farmers to thrive. Get ready to tackle your agricultural challenges with Sukup, where innovation meets reliability. Visit sukup.com today to find a dealer near you.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your basement and damaging your home. Mold, cracks, and of course visible water are just a few signs your basement is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
You show up for every Husker game because it's about more than football. It's about celebrating that Nebraska grit that's in our DNA. That same drive pushes you to get stronger, move more, and take care of yourself. To show up for the people and moments that matter most. We believe you have what it takes. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska covers preventive care with every plan. And our digital tools help you stay on track every step of the way. Blue believes in what you're made of. And Blue believes in you.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
At Woodhouse, it's more than just buying a car. It's about the experience. Our team is dedicated to making every visit seamless, enjoyable, and personalized to your needs. Explore a wide selection of vehicles, from SUVs and sedans to trucks and luxury models, all backed by expert guidance and exceptional service. Whether it's your first car or your next upgrade, discover why generations of drivers trust Woodhouse for a truly memorable experience. Visit us at woodhouse.com today.
Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. Welcome back to Sports Nightly with Kyle Crooks. I'm Jessica Coody. And again, coming up this Saturday, it will be TJ Lateef. That's the starting quarterback for the Huskers after the injury to Dylan Raiola. Dylan had surgery today, and so I know that this team, they love and adore him. We're thinking about him, but it again seems like this week they've really rallied around TJ and not quite ready yet. I mean, it takes a full week to be able to be prepared, but again, it sounds like he's really taken it on one day at a time, and the team has really had his back.
Yeah, I think part of it too is TJ Lateef's a really good football player.
Yeah.
So I think while there's the support there, I think there's an air of confidence of what TJ can do, from Coach Rule to Dana to everybody on the offense, everybody on the defense. They've seen him emerge from fall camp to be the number 3 quarterback, to be the number 2 guy, the clear number 2 choice, to see what he did early in the season when he had his opportunity to get the reps, to see what he did against USC. So there's plenty on tape, and there's plenty in these guys' memories to say, yeah, we believe in TJ Lateef, but we also believe in him because he's a very high recruit. He's very talented. He can do a lot of things that can stretch the field. And I think that's why a Husker fan going into this game, while UCLA is very much improved, and this is going to be a very hard game to win, I'm interested to see what the environment's going to be at the Rose Bowl. But I think it's easy to have confidence when you look at the guy that's going to be taking all the snaps is pretty darn good.
All right, so what does that belief and confidence from his teammates mean to TJ? I had a chance to catch up with him on the practice field right after practice earlier today. All right, TJ, how has this week been for you?
It's been good. It's been a great week just to be able to prepare, get a lot of reps so that I can be able to perform at my highest level on Saturday.
I know you and Dylan are super close, and he's meant a lot to you throughout this process. What was it like for you getting the news about his injury and how serious it was?
It sucked, man. Seeing a guy that I look up to, a guy that I love, sending me that text message, my heart just dropped for him. But I did send him a good luck text during his surgery today, and I just told him, just remember John 13:7. It says, you may not know now, but later you'll understand. So I just sent him that message, and I really hope he gets back and he gets healthy soon. I hate seeing him like that. I already told him that.
What's been his messaging to you as you take over being the starting guy for this offense?
Just take it one play at a time. That's it. Just take it one play at a time. Trust my brothers. I mean, every day somebody's always telling me they got my back, and they gonna play at their best potential for me. And it's not even just for me. It's just play at your best potential for the whole team so that we could just go out there and play fast. You know what I'm saying? Have fun.
That's got to mean a lot to you. What does the belief that these guys out here have in you, what does that mean to you? How much does that motivate you?
It motivates me a lot. I mean, I love those guys. I don't think it's not one person that walks by me that doesn't say we got you. You know what I'm saying? It's just a testament to them, a testament to the process that we work on in the locker room and how close we are as brothers.
I talked to you after the game. You were really disappointed. I know Coach Rule said that you were going to really learn a lot from the experience that you gained in the second half. What was it like diving into that film? What were some of the things that you learned in the second half against USC?
I got to protect the football. I put the ball on the floor 2 times, so just protecting the football. And like Dylan told me, just take it one play at a time. That's it.
Now that it is, you going to be the guy, and Coach Holgerson talked about having those conversations with you, what has that process been like, kind of figuring out what game plan works best for you and what makes you most comfortable? How has it been working with Coach Holgerson in that regard?
I mean, it's been great. He's fundamenting the offense around me so that I can succeed, and it's been great. It's been a great process. I'm excited, and I'm just ready.
A lot of guys talk about that, just how good he is at that. In your perspective, what does that mean to you? How important is that for you as a quarterback to have an offensive coordinator that really wants to talk to you, and what makes you most comfortable?
Yeah, me and Dylan are 2 different players. You know what I'm saying? Dylan's a great football player, great quarterback. We just have 2 different play styles. So him being able to you know what I'm saying, bring the offense around me and how my game style is, it's a blessing, and it just helps me go out there and play fast.
What about Glenn Thomas? What has he meant to you throughout this process?
I mean, he gives me answers to the test. He makes it easy for me, you know what I'm saying? Coach Thomas is a great coach, and like I said, he just gives me the answers to the test. All I got to do is answer them.
From the start, since you've been here, the guys have talked about how much belief they have in you, how you've handled this, how mature you are. What has been your approach to coming in here as a true freshman and being able to gain so much belief and confidence out of an entire locker room?
I mean, it's a lot of great talent around me. Like they say, iron sharpens iron. I go against the best at practice Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I mean, so why wouldn't I be prepared on Saturday? I go against the best throughout the week.
Who do you credit to you just being? Coach Rule really bragged on you in his press conference about you do everything right. Your grades, you show up on time, all of that. Where do you credit that? Who do you credit that to?
My household. My mom, my dad. I mean, that's just how they raised me. Get your stuff done, don't procrastinate, and let the rest play out.
Speaking of that, you got quite a few requests going to be there in the Rose Bowl on Saturday, right?
Yes, ma'am. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be fun. I can't wait to see my family.
What does that ticket request look like for you? Got a lot of people?
It's about somewhere in the 30s. Got a lot of tickets I gotta bundle up.
How special is that you're going to be making a start in the Rose Bowl just right up the road from where you live?
Man, it's great. I've just been thinking about it ever since I got the message. I mean, it's great. I don't even know. I don't have no words for it. I'm just excited.
Just for this offense, and you talked a little bit about the belief, but having guys like Emmett Johnson you can hand the ball off to, the Dane Keene, Isaiah Hunter, what kind of confidence does that instill in you, the playmakers around you?
I got a lot of vets around me. I got vets up front. That's where it starts at. It starts up front. I mean, I love those big guys up front. Those are the main guys that are checking on me throughout the day, throughout the week, texting my phone. Those big guys up front, they work hard. So it starts off with them, and then going to Emmett, going to Dane, like those are a lot of vets out there that I get to play around, and it's going to be fun.
All right, what's most important for you as you approach your first start as a Cornhusker in this matchup against UCLA?
Take it one play at a time, like Dylan told me. That's it. I'm just going to take it one play at a time. I'm not going to look at the scoreboard. Play hard, play fast for my guys. That's it.
How ready do you feel for this moment?
I'm prepared. I mean, this is what the week is for, to get prepared so that I can have the confidence to go out there and perform on Saturday.
Great stuff. Appreciate your time, and best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
It was great to chat with TJ. When you talk to him and have those interactions, you understand why he is so well liked within that locker room. But it's probably a little bit of bittersweet week for him because he does. You can hear the way he talks about Dylan, how much he thinks about Dylan, and wish it wasn't the circumstances that it was. But he's a competitor, and you could tell he's really excited for the opportunity and is going to put everything he can into it to be able to be ready to go come Saturday.
Yeah, by all accounts, seems like he's pretty mild-mannered, too, which I think helps. Don't get too high, don't get too low, considering what you're being thrown into. It can be pretty heavy on the shoulders. I mean, this is a young kid when you look at it, and now you're the most recognizable name in the state of Nebraska all of a sudden in the snap of a finger. So that's a lot to throw on the shoulders of a young true freshman, but I think he's going to handle it well. And again, his support structure, the way that Dana can call plays, knows how to structure things that are going to help him along, I think he's set up for success.
I thought that was also one of the interesting things, too, that we talked about TJ said Dylan is a fantastic quarterback, but we're different. And so the way that they've been able to have those conversations and tailor what the play calling, what the game plan is going to be around what TJ does best. He's like, we're just different. We have a different skill set. And so to be able to have those kinds of conversations, it's also alleviated a lot of it too, just knowing that it's going to be a game plan that he is 1,000% comfortable with. And that is, Dana has worked with so many different kinds of quarterbacks. It's not like he works with a cookie cutter type of quarterback everywhere he's been, but he's been able to, again, identify and then put together the best plans for those individual quarterbacks to have the kind of success that he's had with since he started coaching. And so I think we're going to get to see that firsthand here, switching from Dylan to TJ this week. And sounds like, TJ's really enjoyed being able to have that kind of opportunity to put that together with Dana. Yeah, full week of practice. I think it will be good for him to have that opening script. That's the way to ease a quarterback into the game. Most games you go into it as an offensive coordinator having the first however many plays, first drive or first 15 plays scripted. So that'll help TJ as well. I think eventually, here's the way I'll look at it. Probably 2 or 3 big, deep shots in the game. Can TJ find a way to cash in on some of those deep shots? There won't be many of them, I don't think. But when they have the opportunity to go deep, what does that look like? I also love what he said, too, that every time somebody comes up to him, we believe in you, we got you, we're going to do what we can for you. I mean, he said, I can't tell you how many people. I think everybody on this team has said that to me. And that's what we talk about, culture. Yep. Culture matters. Coaching matters. The way that people approach everything, football, non-football, around the facility matters, and it manifests itself in times of trouble. Count on Medica to protect your team with affordable group health plans, flexible benefits, and the close-to-home care they want. Husker Nation, you're not just covered, you're cared for. Learn more and get a quote at medica.com. All right, one of the guys that certainly will be trying to do his best to help out TJ Lateef on Saturday, the tight end, one of the tight ends, Hinrich Harberg. I had a chance to chat with him last week for the Cornhusker Conversation. We're going to play a portion of that conversation coming up next here on Sports Nightly.
Since 1975, Woodhouse has proudly served our customers and communities. From one dealership to over 21 dealerships across Nebraska and Iowa, our promise remains the same. A wide selection of vehicles, trusted service, and financing that fits your life. We believe in honest people, fair prices, and relationships built to last. Because it's not just about the road ahead, it's about traveling it together. Start your journey at woodhouse.com.
I got to see my brother get married.
I would have missed my dad's birthday.
Because I wore my seatbelt, I had the privilege of being part of his special day.
I got to go home and see my family again.
Does it click yet?
Brought to you by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
I would have never had the chance to see my daughter become a doctor.
I was able to go to my brother's graduation.
I wouldn't have adopted my first pet.
And then it clicked. My seatbelt saved my life. Does it click yet?
Brought to you by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
At CVA Grain, every load is more than a crop. It's your legacy. From high-speed unloading to premium grain markets and fast ACH settlements, smart contracts, risk management options, and local expertise help producers market smarter. With CVA Connect, you can sign contracts, check tickets, and monitor market prices all from your device. Learn more at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
A little more slack. Plug it in.
Whoever said work smarter, not harder, didn't realize you could do both.
Get 0.9% plus $32.50 cash on F-150 or lease F-150 for $499 a month and 0 down.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the propane tank on your grill first before hosting a tailgate.
Let's fire up.
Here, let me try. Seriously? You didn't check the propane? Who wants chips?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Salt and vinegar?
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Dear weekend, Toyota trucks are raring to go. Gearing up for fall, Tundra is all in for hauling. Campers, ATVs, you know Tundra's got the muscle to move it. Going off the beaten path? Tacoma says, let's do this. With handling that tackles tough trails and the backbone to take you where the pavement can't. Both trucks pack sweet tech, posh cabins, and Toyota's legendary reliability. So whether it's a fishing trip at dawn, tailgate at noon, or a remote sunset at, well, sunset, these trucks are built to make every weekend epic. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
See your Omaha Metro and Lincoln Toyota dealers, Baxter Toyota of La Vista, Baxter Toyota of Lincoln, Corwin Toyota of Bellevue, or Village Point Toyota of Omaha.
Noddle Companies proudly supports the Huskers Radio Network. As a full-service leader in commercial real estate, we create thriving communities. Discover what's new in the Builders District in North Downtown, Noddle Hospitality's latest venture in Exarban Village, and the contemporary living of row house townhomes on Leavenworth. We're welcoming world-class concepts from men's fashion and great eats to gorgeous homes and green spaces, all professionally managed by Noddle Services. These are the Noddle Companies, building a better Nebraska. For more information, check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
This fall, be ready for every tailgate, touchdown, and adventure in a perfect car, truck, or SUV from Sid Dillon Chevrolet. Visit us in Blair, Crete, Fremont, or Wahoo and shop Nebraska's #1 volume Chevy dealer group. We're also your Chevrolet Business Elite dealer, offering medium-duty trucks and low-cab forwards. Visit us at SidDillonChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
You are what drives us, Sid Dillon.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
At CVA Grain, every load is more than a crop. It's your legacy. From high-speed unloading to premium grain markets and fast ACH settlements, smart contracts, risk management options, and local expertise help producers market smarter. With CVA Connect, you can sign contracts, check tickets, and monitor market prices all from your device. Learn more at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
The Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center is sponsored by Akrs, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Akrs, solutions for every field. Welcome back to Sports Nightly. Last week, as a part of our weekly series, the Cornhusker Conversation, which was presented by Woodhouse, I had a chance to chat with the senior tight end, Heinrich Harberg. I was joking with Josh, our producer, that we had the conversation and I didn't even realize how long it was. And then after we got done recording, I looked at the time, it was 25 minutes. So easy guy to talk with. We dove into a lot of different things. So wanted to play you a portion of that conversation here tonight. So when you decided to make the transition, you have a special connection with a pretty good tight end that Super Bowl champion, All-Pro, College Football Hall of Fame. Tell us about Jay Novacek and the role that he played when you started having those conversations.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really cool connection. I think it was right after the Iowa game we started going to the bowl game, And I think maybe it's my dad had a buddy who was friends with Jay, and he had texted me and asked, hey, is it okay if I give your number to Jay Novacek? And, I'm going to be honest, like I had heard of the name before. I didn't really like understand like how good of a player Jay was and like the impact that like he had. So I kind of went and looked it up. I was like, absolutely, like I would love to get in contact with Jay. And so we texted before the bowl game, and then after the bowl game texted a little bit more. Actually got on a call and just talked about some stuff. And then over the summer I was able to finally connect with him down in Dallas. We got to work out for I think 2 days. So just having that connection and like how like just like listening to him and like what he talks about. I mean, it doesn't matter what era you play in. If you're that good, there's so many things to take from him. So
what was his number one piece of advice for being successful at the tight end position?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff. He kind of got on a little bit of a roll for a little bit. And so I was just trying to like gather like everything as much as I could. Cause I mean, as you can imagine, I was swimming in it a little bit. But I think just like for him, just like having that connection with the quarterback and like if you don't know what to do, like you can't, be creative with it. And that's kind of what he talked about was like, he got to a point in his career where, he'd put his own little twist on things. But he was so dialed in, with Troy Aikman that they just knew what was going to happen. And, Troy just put it right on him.
Could you relate to that? Cause you felt that when you were on the other side of it? When you were the quarterback?
I think so. I mean, I think I felt that a little bit with Thomas Fedoni.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Thomas and I had spent, we'd been throwing together since sophomore year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's times where, I kind of knew what Thomas was going to do or like where to put the ball for Thomas. And, I think there's a little bit of that I connected with, but it was really cool to hear from him.
You could have left to play quarterback somewhere else, and you've talked about this, just that your loyalty is big for you, and you wanted to be loyal to this program and be a part of this. Where does that come from for you, that you're wired that way, where you wanted to stay here and stick it out here, and even if that meant a position switch?
I think a lot of it came from growing up, and my dad didn't really talk about when he played here that much. He didn't really share that many stories, but I knew that was something that he was proud of. And like, unfortunately his career got cut short, severed a nerve in his neck in his second year here. Like, so, I couldn't go, there's no clips of my dad. But I remember going online and like trying to find any piece of information I could about him and like trying to see that. And, I think just like thinking about in 15, 20 years when like I have kids or, when I have kids growing up, like I want them to be able to like look up, Heinrich Harberg highlights or whatever it is and, be proud of their dad. I think take a lesson from me on loyalty, like you said. It's not about, chasing money or, whatever that is. Money will come and go. I'm not worried about that. I really I think the most important thing to me was the legacy that I could leave here.
Oh, that's great. It gives me chills. How special is it to share this with your dad then?
It's really cool. I think it's, we don't really talk about it that much, but I think it's kind of, I didn't tell him like when I committed, like how big of a part that was. Cause like he told me when I was in that recruiting part, like don't go to Nebraska because I went there, like pick the spot that's best for you. But like deep down, there's always a little piece of me that like I could kind of feel like, I wanted to continue that legacy for him. It's something that he didn't get to continue. And I know that probably hurt him a lot, but
your story and what you've just talked about Husker Nation loves and they appreciate so much. Do you hear some of the roars that you get from Husker Nation?
I do. It's harder in the game to really appreciate it because, you're, in my mind, you go into the game and, you're trying to block someone and you catch a touchdown. I'm not worried about, I obviously I appreciate it. I don't want anyone to think that I don't. But in the moment, I love to celebrate with my teammates. And, I think just all the progress, all the work that I've put in the off season with those guys, that's really in the moment what I care about the most. But it is really cool to, like I said, on some of those TV copies, you can hear it. And, that is awesome to hear.
Again, that was just a portion of the conversation I was able to have last week with Heinrich Harberg. You can listen to that full conversation. It's out now on our podcast platforms, our YouTube channel as well. And as always, the Cornhusker Conversation is brought to you by Woodhouse. Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse, the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. So a loyal guy. And as we heard Marcus Satterfield say last week when we chatted with him for the countdown to kickoff, he's not even close to his best football, that he continues to get better and better. And as he settles into his new position that he hadn't never played before this season.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say that you could be at the peak of what you do when this is the first year of yourself doing it. The unselfishness of him to stick around. I mean, he's a Husker through and through. Grew up a Nebraska fan. He's from Kearney, Nebraska. So
Dad was a walk-on here.
This is in his blood.
Yeah.
So you could ask him to go out there and kick field goals, and he's going to do it.
Yeah.
So he's just part of that culture that we talk about, and it's it's good to have him on the group.
He's saying that he remembers exactly where he sat in Memorial Stadium as a kid growing up, and when they were running stadium stairs this summer, when they were running by it, he again
gave it a look,
and thinks
he's
about
probably
it.
a big Runza guy. I'm sure you didn't ask him that, but I'm sure he's a big Runza guy.
I bet. Or Val's Pizza, one of the staples in Memorial Stadium. All right, got to step aside for a break. We're back to wrap up the show next.
A little more slack.
Plug it in.
Whoever said work smarter, not harder, didn't realize you could do both.
Get 0.9% plus $32.50 cash on F-150 or lease F-150 for $499 a month and $0 down.
You show up for every Husker game because it's about more than football. It's about celebrating that Nebraska grit that's in our DNA. That same drive pushes you to get stronger, move more, and take care of yourself. To show up for the people and moments that matter most. We believe you have what it takes. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska covers preventive care with every plan. And our digital tools help you stay on track every step of the way. Blue believes in what you're made of. And Blue believes in you.
At Hogemeyer, we're raising the bar on yield performance, bringing world-class traits and genetics to these local fields. With the exceptional corn rootworm control and proven powerful yields of new Vorceed-enlist corn. The unsurpassed flexibility and protection against above-ground pests with PowerCore enlist corn. And other next-gen corn hybrids built to perform and boost your yields. It's time to raise a better crop. View Hogemeyer products at therightseed.com.
If you believe the destination is the journey, you'll love exploring in the 2026 Subaru Crosstrek. It gives you the confidence of standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus a 180 horsepower Subaru Boxer engine. The 2026 Subaru Crosstrek. Love is out there. Find it in a Crosstrek. Visit Duteau Subaru, located at 2750 Jamie Lane in Lincoln, and online at DuteauSubaru.com. Duteau Subaru, driven by you.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect that water is the reason parts of your concrete have gotten so uneven. Walkway tripping hazards, sinking pool deck, cracked driveways are dangerous threats to everyone's safety. But there's one way to learn how your concrete can be lifted. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. Welcome back. Final few minutes left here on Sports Nightly for Kyle Crooks and myself, and really final few minutes of the entire week for us here on the show, because we do not have a show coming up tomorrow night as Husker Volleyball hosting Illinois, and so we will be on the air with John Baylor, Lauren Cook West starting at 6 o'clock here on the Huskers Radio Network. We need your help, Husker Nation. Nebraska is competing against other Big Ten schools in the Abbott We Give Blood Challenge, and it's time to defend our title. Join us for the blood drive at Memorial Stadium on November 14th, or find another place to donate at huskers.com/giveblood. Every donation counts. Let's show the Big Ten the power of Husker Nation. And if you missed it, we've been talking about it, but Nebraska has just taken the lead over Wisconsin, so we need to extend that lead. We're the defending champions of the We Give Blood drive and campaign with Abbott, and hey, we're coming after it again.
Give. That's what I would say. And I know we mentioned the report, and you saw this too, the beer report. So apparently the number,
I was wrong, or the guy was wrong with his stats.
Yeah, he was wrong with his stats. So apparently Nebraska's blowing everybody out, and Wisconsin's like 8th on the list. Yeah. So Husker fans, give blood, and we appreciate you.
And you don't have to worry as much about the alcohol sales, because we're on top of that.
Yeah, we're apparently you're doing a good job of that, but also let's keep giving blood. But that was an interesting.
It's been funny to see in the responses from that. That's social media undefeated.
Yeah, they're hanging banners
on the funny side of social media is undefeated. Sometimes they can get a little dark, but the funny side is undefeated. Hey, it's about to be a busy weekend. We've talked a lot about it, crossover season, but how about Saturday coming up for us here on the Huskers Radio Network? We've got men's hoops, we've got volleyball, we've got women's hoops, and we've got football, all staggered all day Saturday.
Shout out Josh, Russ, Camden.
The interns.
The interns who are in here all day, and then Josh and Camden are going to run a marathon, half marathon the next day on Sunday morning, after being here for however many hours on Saturday, and they're going to run a half marathon. So we call the games, it's whatever, but these are the people back here, hours.
Yeah, so noon for men's hoops against FIU, 2:30 for volleyball against Minnesota at Minnesota, 5 o'clock for women's basketball against Samford, and then, of course, we will be on the air starting at 4 o'clock Central Time here for all of the pregame show coverage with Husker Game Day with Ben and Damon. And Damon's been all about locking up a place to eat on Friday
sushi place.
night.
I'm not a big sushi person, but I'll figure it out. It looks like some of the prices he got us in there. It's like I don't think Playfly is going to cover this, DB.
You
pretty hefty
gave him
pricing.
a task after your interview. You gave him a task.
He does a good job, though. He's the person we need to step up. And after Ben had the debacle with the breakfast in Minnesota, Uber took us to an abandoned building instead of a breakfast burrito place. DB is never taking the reins from making breakfast and dinner plans.
All right, so you'll hear from Kyle and me on Friday night, as we will have our weekly pick segment coming up on Friday. But Camden Cohn going to step in for us. It's time for him to take the reins. He's going to help us out on Friday night. We'll have a full 2 hours Friday night here on Sports Nightly, and then Kyle and I will be back with you on Saturday for all of our football coverage. Thanks for listening. Have a great week, Husker Nation.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Returns on the farm are under pressure, with market challenges and environmental hurdles putting every seed to the test. But you have an ace in the hole, Streamline Ag. Designed for every phase of growth and development, Streamline Ag gives your seed what it needs to thrive, from enhanced stand establishment and early emergence to essential nutrition and stress management. Streamline Ag gives your seed the power to reach its full potential. Visit us at streamline-ag.com to learn more.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
As the world's largest family-owned and operated manufacturer of grain storage, drying, and handling equipment, Sukup Manufacturing Company has led the way in innovation, offering top-quality products that empower farmers to thrive. Get ready to tackle your agricultural challenges with Sukup, where innovation meets reliability. Visit sukup.com today to find a dealer near you.
A little more slack. Plug it in.
Whoever said work smarter, not harder, didn't realize you could do both.
Get 0.9% plus $32.50 cash on F-150 or lease F-150